Alright, now this is something I'm real happy about. These dipsticks are for the Mark IIIs and some Audi A4 1.8 turbos. I believe up to 99.5 in the transverse engines with the longer orange handles that I'm sure you've seen and not really enjoyed. Red handles and gray handles. The dealers, if you have a gray handle, will typically sell you a red handle. There was only one difference in a couple cars where the oil pans were thicker, and so it was off about maybe 1/8 of an inch. Really not enough to make a difference. You might say 4 ounces of oil. So, but I still wanted it to be right, so I took one of the dipsticks and made it into 2 dipsticks in one. And it's this one here. Not that you could tell the difference from looking at it, but as if you go down, you'll see that the difference in the marks, the max and minimums. And that'll be all on the website at wannabe.com. And it'll tell you the differences. And basically the bottom line is, if you stay in the middle of all of it, you're safe. And this other dipstick is more specific and just has the 2 hash marks of max and minimum. And again, even this is made out of 6061T aluminum and CNC'd. The wire is stainless steel, and the O-rings are high heat O-rings. But as anybody knows, O-rings are fairly cheap, but I didn't go for the cheapest crap. I went for some good stuff. You pay a buck, you pay a buck. Now, these dipsticks were at $70 a piece just for the dipsticks. They are now $59.99, a much better price, more reasonable. And all the dealers are aware of this. They now know that they can purchase. I've lowered my cost to the dealers, so I could lower the retails to you. So anyhow, now these dipsticks are made to fit what we call a mid-funnel. Okay? Now, if you take a look, it has the slits just like your orange. Now the thing is this is made in the middle of the 3 factory specs. From what we were told, the factory specs for this to pop around the neck of the tube that comes from the engine to the mid-funnel was at a 0.635, a 0.640, and a 0.643. Okay? We have fitted it as a 0.640, like you guys really care, just so it fits. But aftermarket parts, which are actually OEMs, and if you have a rebuilt engine, there is a chance that that OEM engine, because the orange can flex to basically whatever it wants to. Because I know of someone that has an aftermarket oil stick that comes from the engine up, and it is a 0.608. Yeah, that's how much of a difference. This will come off. This will come off. We did it to the best of our abilities to fit the main 3. I don't know how many we've sold. Let's say 100 of these. I have not had one come back. So, knock on wood. But it's a nice fit. I don't have my Jetta that's sitting over here, the VR6. It takes a different dipstick. It's a little bit newer. But anyhow, I'm just kind of trying to slide this on and do this all at the same time. And you just don't want it to go, and you want to add a little pressure to it. And I did. And that's the setup that you're going to have. Now if you want to polish it, obviously I do sell the mid funnel and the high polish. It's a couple bucks more. You guys can do it yourself, you know that. But if you want it just already done that way for the mid funnel, that's fine. But on the dipstick itself, I do not put it in high polish. Typically this is more so for the Volkswagens. One gentleman emailed me and asked me if it would fit an 87 Scirocco V16. Yes, it fits that. So anyhow, the listings of all the cars are on there. You can buy these at Groove & Parts. You can buy these at Euro Tuning out of Tampa. You can buy these at Eurowise in Charlotte. You can buy these at Everything VWs out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Trying to think. Awesome. In the UK carries this. Awesome also carries all the other products for the UK and part of Europe. If you have any questions, and depending on what forum you are, I believe Scott is on, from Awesome is on the ccupra.net. You're more than welcome to give him a holler. He should be aware of what he's carrying at his own company. I would certainly hope so. But I wanted to pan over and let you take a peek how that looks on the TT, the dipstick, and the throttle body cover. Now, of course, this piece here is all carbon fiber as well as the other, and comes out. It looks really well. I'll be coming out with strut caps, oil caps, coolant cap, gas cap. In fact, I'm trying to get a complete set for the 225, and I'm taking a look at the Mark I 2000 to 2005 Cupra seat, I believe. Hopefully I didn't offend anybody if I didn't pronounce something right. On the mid funnel, here's the tube, and that here, how it looks on the tube. So now this right here, I made sure I got one that was the smaller. It is the .635. You're not going to get that off unless you unless you force it off. It's not going to happen. I have been able to customize a few of these, like this particular one for a TDI for a gentleman with NPG, and I believe they're at Waterfest right now, but he'll be receiving his. Now, there are a couple companies that are the only ones that can sell certain items, and right here is one of them. This is actually a BMW dipstick. It fits the M3. I believe it's years 2002 to 2006, something to that. It's for E46. It's got the double O-rings. It's nice looking. You can take care, you know, polish it or whatever. It's working great, looks great. They are selling that only. It's only being sold at Eurowise out of Charlotte, North Carolina. That's euro-wise.com. And you'd have to check their site for their pricing. I'm not sure what it's at right now. But this is theirs. There is one more dipstick here. This is actually for the Mark III's, the VR6 AAA engine. Now, I know at Solo there was a lot of guys wanting this VR6 AAA engine code. This is only available at Eurowise again, but also at Groove & Parts. I know I believe Grooven is a sponsor on the Vortex. You know, this was his thing that kind of outsourced to me. That's been a vision of his, and I basically kind of had the mold for it, so I worked with him, and Eurowise is very kind to go with it as well. And this is also for, again, the Mark III Volkswagen's AAA engine code, and that's the dipstick that you can only get at Eurowise of Charlotte, North Carolina, and Grooven Parts, and I believe the gentleman is Paul. Very nice man. Anyhow, that's, you can only buy it at those two places. I do not sell it myself. I am coming out with a unique product that they don't make the dipstick for anymore, and they will be available at Grooven Parts again, and it will be a very unique item. It's going to be a specialty, so there's not going to be a big run on it, and it's mainly due to Grooven Parts because he happens to have a very strange Corrado 1992 early, and they don't make the dipstick for it anymore. It's kind of a dipstick like this with a top like this, but it fits into a mid funnel like this, which is, I could never figure out anything he was talking about because emails just don't cut it. So the base of this has to act as if it's this thick for the long handles. So it's pretty bizarre. Obviously, I'm going to say there's not a lot out there, but Mr. Grooven says, I want one, let's work on this. So he helped design it, and that should be coming out, and that'll be sold through groovenparts.com. So that should come out within the next couple weeks. Again, now that's going to be a limited run. I'm not sure on the pricing. I'm going to guesstimate it's going to be $39.99, which is not a bad price for that dipstick. The tube, the mid-funnel tube, will be sold separately, and that's what it'll be made to fit, is the mid-funnel here. Okay, and the suggested retail is $30 on it, which is pretty reasonable. So anyhow, I thought I'd bring that out. So anyhow, thank you for your time. I could probably go over a bunch of other things that were coming out. We're going to be coming out with some silicone, some kind of something pretty nice. So anyhow, keep your eyes tuned to wannabe.com, and please send in suggestions of things you'd like made, or tell me please shut the hell up. I'm tired of this crap. And again, all the prices were reduced. Retailers are aware. They know that the buys are less. So I hope everything goes well in that atmosphere. Thank you for your time, and you have a great day.